Hello everyone, it's John Jambruno. This is part 5 of our Infinite Campus training series, which is reviewing the reports. Now, because there's a lot of student information that gets exposed on these reports, I'm going to just quickly run through each type, not really show you what the final report looks like because I'll be boxing out half of it. So just bear with me. There's an explanation of every single report as well on the notes that are on the website and the notes that you'll be getting today. So there are two types of reports that Infinite Campus gives us. There is reports, and then teacher reports are made by Ken Bezan and his Infinite Campus team up at the district office. These have come through requests, and he can, if enough teachers ask, he will make certain types of reports for us. But let's look at the ones Infinite Campus gives us first. So underneath instruction, I'm going to open up reports, and I get a whole bunch of reports. A lot of these I never use, some of these I use a lot. So the first one I'm going to show you is section summaries right here. This one is really good if you wish to post your entire gradebook to your students in your classroom somewhere. Like some teachers post these on their windows or wherever you'd like. So a section summary publishes your entire gradebook. The key thing to remember is to make sure that all your assignments are checked on. Or you could also say, like, you know what, I don't want to show all the professionalism grades, I don't want to waste paper. And so I can actually uncheck what I want to show and what I don't want to show. You'll see these student names here that are going to get blocked off. But they'll show all these different types of things, and you can use a student ID, and you can sort randomly or by ID or by numbers and only show student numbers to keep the anonymity up. This is when you publish it, of course. There's a few other options. You can show final grades. You can show all this stuff. Feel free to explore that. This is section summary, which is very good for publishing or printing out the gradebook for the entire class anonymously by using show student numbers and randomly sorting the students. All right. The next one I use a lot is student summary. Student summary is great for when you have that 504 plan meeting or a IEP meeting, or you're meeting one-on-one with a parent or the SAT team. So you can choose a student you want down here, choose the assignments, and show the assignment detail. This is the key point. You're going to get a lot more information if you choose show assignment detail. And then I like to show a lot of stuff. Some I used to print out one for every single student and have their parents sign them and bring them home. I don't do that anymore because I'm not teaching English, but you could use that. So student summary is great for one-on-one meetings and showing a student exactly what their gradebook looks like on an individual. Other things you can use are attendance summary. This gives you a total for the quarter or the semester of their absences and tardies. I use this for their attendance grade. I do this at the quarter and at the semester. I just print out an attendance summary and kind of calculate their attendance grade from this sheet. If you have a TA or you have a lot of stuff to grade and you'd rather grade with ink and pen and you just need a blank spreadsheet, with all your students' names. You can't customize it too much, but you can customize it a little bit. This is great if you have a TA and you want them to just grade a bunch of stuff and mark them down, and then you enter them into the gradebook on your own. Some of you really like to back up your gradebook, and I used to do this and I don't anymore, but you could hit Gradebook Export, and what Gradebook Export will do is you select all your assignments and you ship it out with a comma separated value file. And that will open up in Excel. You could do these other ones, but they recommend it, and I recommend it. Comma separated value will export out your gradebook just as a backup. It's a very simple spreadsheet of all your work. Another one you could use is missing assignments. Missing assignments only works when you designate stuff with the letter M. So if you type in M in your gradebook, M for missing, then all those will designate and pop up. So if you want to tell every kid that has missing work, give them a little printout, you could do that. All right. There are a few other things in here, but those are the real handy ones. The two big ones to remember are section summary and student summary. Student for individual meetings, section summary for the whole class. All right. Teacher reports are what Ken has made. And Ken has made a bunch. But just to quickly go over stuff, if you wanted to see the previous year English grade or previous year math course or previous year science course or social studies course, if you wanted to find out what teacher these students had and how they did, PY stands for previous year and the course number. Some teachers were requesting that, and so we have that here. They have them for every main core subject. Under teacher reports, there is also an attendance report. Now this attendance report, saying S2 or S1, is very similar to the attendance summary that you get from the IC reports category. This one is just in a more spreadsheet. I'm not going to print it out because it's just all, again, student data. And then the last one that someone likes to use is the student demographic report, which will tell you everything about the student. Their special ed designations, their EL designations, their previous year test scores, all their test scores. It just tells you all that student demographics that Steve Lippy likes to share with us at certain times of the year. And that's about it. Oh, there's an assignment report. So I can actually do an assignment report with a student ID. So if I had a big assignment, right, and I can select something, and I'm doing it in student IDs, so I think I'll be safe, I can do a PDF or an Excel. I'm going to generate a report. The one thing that comes up about this one that people tend to like is that it has a graph of how people did. It gives you a mean and it gives you a standard deviation. So it looks like my average was actually a 64%. And then the standard deviation of that is 30. But it looks like my most frequent grade was a B-. So those are all the reports. Now, some of you have your own gradebook and you want to do your own thing and you just want an export of your roster. You can do that with two different places. If you want everything to be in one column, you're going to use the gradebook export. So if you want student name, first and last, and their ID all in one column, and you'd rather separate them out because you know how to do that, you're going to use gradebook export, delete all the other stuff, and you'll just have a roster. Okay? If you do the other one, if you want it already separated out, you need a little more, you need to delete a few more things, but then I would do student demographic report, and that will ship out last name in one column, first name in another column, even a middle name column, and then a student ID column. So they're already in columns. You just have to delete a few more things out there. And these little tips are just for the Excel savvy. So that concludes this lesson. I'd rather you just look at these notes, and this should have been very short, and it ran a little bit longer than I thought. Thank you for watching.